And just like that, Journey Together Pokémon Center ETBs have sold out within the first hour, and something needs to be done about the current situation. But before we get into this, I am gifting this Lost Origin Pikachu to one subscriber. Now, to know if you won, if I reply to your comment with this lucky Squirtle emoji, then congratulations, this card is getting sent your way. And of course, I always pin the winning comment once it's selected. And if it is your first time here, my name's Phil. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. This channel covers Pokemon collecting and investing, and I'd love to have you on board. But as I was just saying with Journey Together, this is an actual problem and one that needs some immediate action. And I don't think this is sustainable either. I mean, I've been involved in Pokemon collecting for a long time, and this is currently far worse than 2021 days. And I think the issue we're all having is it's just not making any sense. I mean, check this out. Look at what we're dealing with right now. All right, so I'm on the Pokemon Center's website, and you can see straight away here that the Pokemon Center Journey Together Elite Trainer Box is unavailable. You are not able to purchase that. And from what we hear, it's sold out within the first hour. This is some serious issues going on. We need to be able to get product. I mean, the first issue is you really shouldn't even need to pre-order product to be able to get it, right? This new kind of climate we're in is if you don't pre-order it straight away, you just don't get the product, right? But the problem is now you have to actually pre-order your stuff within an hour. I mean, with Prismatic Evolutions, that was already bad enough. That sold out within the first 10 hours. Now we're selling out within the first hour. How is this sustainable for the hobby? How can kids get product? How can anyone get product, really? I mean, no one can even enjoy their collectibles at the moment. This is actually becoming quite a big problem within this hobby, and I think some action needs to be done. And you know, another thing we have to consider is look at some of the prices that they're asking for on eBay. I'm on the US eBay right now for Journey Together Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, right? I mean, check out the prices that they're asking for. You can see right here, 249 USD, 333 USD. You keep going down, you got 355, 220. You are seeing what is happening right now. This is such a bad climate that we're in. And I think something that needs to be said, or something that I'm really thinking about right now, right, is why is Pokemon continuing to release this when they know what the current climate is? I mean, with Shrouded Fable, we saw that they delayed the release. There was obviously some errors or something happened with production where they delayed it in the USA. I think when you're releasing products and no one can get these products, there has to be some level of, well, can we meet demand? If not, maybe we need to kind of delay this. Or maybe retailers need to do kind of raffles or something like that, because, you know, we've never really struggled like this before. And this is a very, very new problem that we're dealing with. Like I said, in 2021, it was a similar situation, though it made more sense, okay? We did have, you know, a worldwide phenomenon happening that caused that kind of production shortage. Right now, it's just like Pokemon cards are popular, you know, something really needs to be done. Now, also, if you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say I'm going live and giving away 50 packs of Temporal Forces, and this is going to be my first Discord exclusive giveaway. Now, the live stream will be on Friday, January 17th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, if you actually want to participate for your chance to win a few packs, you'll be able to enter through my channel's official Discord server. Head to the stream giveaway channel, and that's where it's going to be held. I'd honestly love to have you all there. All the details for my Discord and the server invite is in the description of this video. And of course, with all my giveaways that I do as well, on my Discord, I announce those, so you'll be first in line to know. And if you've just come into the hobby, I'd like to say welcome, but also you've probably come in at one of the most in-demand periods ever within Pokemon collecting in history. Actually, in fact, I do know that this is the most in-demand period for Pokemon cards in history right now. So we are actually currently living through that right now. Is it only going to get bigger? Is it only going to get smaller? I'm not sure, but right now is a very interesting time period. And this is kind of where I think we all need to kind of have an open conversation, okay? If Pokemon cannot meet the supply for the demand, wouldn't it be better for them to delay some of the releases rather than continuing in this current climate? Or are we going to get news of more and more restocks? I did mention in a previous video, but there was Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders that got cancelled for people that didn't pre-order before a certain date, and it got moved to May. Now you got to remember, now the May restock for Prismatic Evolutions, that's just backlogged from people who pre-ordered in November and December of 2024. So when that kind of Prismatic Evolutions new kind of wave comes out, they're dealing with a backlog of people from November and December. So that kind of means that May wave restock is already covered. But it's very likely that cycle is just going to continue unless they can keep getting the product out there. Now, obviously, with everything that's being sold out and everything that's been said, Journey Together still is looking like a pretty cool set, and I'd love to get my hands on it, if it's possible. I mean, that's the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. They're obviously going to be the most desired product. Hopefully for some booster boxes or for some regular ETBs, we'll be able to score some. But right now, I'm just looking at the Journey Together booster box, and I have to say, what a really, really cool and unique looking booster box, okay? So Journey Together, it's going to be a pretty cool set. The design aspect of this is really, really awesome. I'm loving that booster box. I think as a display piece, if you like to collect sealed product, I think this looks really cool. I think it's very unique, very recognizable, okay? And that matters a lot when you're buying collectibles. If you do like to keep them sealed, when they display well as a sealed product, it really does help the kind of visual aspect of it. And I think Journey Together is looking as one of the better booster box designs of the Scarlet and Violet era. I do think this set is going to be quite desired, not just because the booster box are, but because some of the cards inside the set. Right here, we're also dealing with some of the really cool cards. So you can see here the special illustration rare Zacian. Really, really awesome. Such a cool artistic style. I'm really excited to see the pull rates of these, but given the fact that we are getting later in the Scarlet and Violet era now, okay, usually the pull rates get more and more difficult, okay? So I am feeling that the pull rates for these special illustration rares are going to be quite challenging. That is an intuition, though that might change as well. Maybe they're gonna say, hey, we need to make these much easier, but given the fact that production's already on the way, I do think that the pull rates will be quite challenging. That's usually how Pokemon sets work when you kind of get to this middle end point of the life cycle, okay? Don't forget, we also do have Pokemon Day coming up in February, right? So there's going to be a lot more new things coming out for Pokemon. So we are coming to that ending point of the Scarlet and Violet era, or maybe not at the end right yet, but just approaching that right now. So, it has been quite an interesting era. Another really cool artwork is the Iono And Bellibont, which is also looking, super unique. I think the artistic style of Journey Together is going to be very interesting. Very, very excited to see, where these cards are going to go. But also, I'm also kind of thinking, now you got so many new people coming into the hobby, right? I can just see so many people, even on this channel, so many people are just coming into the hobby. So where I'm kind of feeling as well is this going to be sustainable for a lot of people? Can these prices, if they become super expensive, are they going to be able to maintain for the long term? These kind of things, we're going to have to see how they play out. Right now, we are in a very high hype period. And you got to remember, with all this product that's coming out, you also have to maintain the amount of people that are entering right now for a long time. So if you're going to be overpaying on some of these products or some of the singles that's coming out right now, like Prismatic Evolutions, we're already looking, that's going to be a very expensive set. If you overpay now, will there be the market available for that in 10 years from today, in 15 years from today, if you like investing or kind of holding onto your collectible cards? It's going to be a very interesting time period. As much as there is this newfound demand, that also has to maintain for the long term. But I do have an intuition as well, just given the fact of how popular Pokemon cards are right now. I do think, if the fact that it's so hard to score all this product, and if it's just hard to even meet production demand, it's very likely that these are also going to be very desired in the future. A lot of these cards, right? The special illustration rares and everything that's happening at the moment. So super, super exciting times. I also like the booster pack design. When I was looking through the booster packs, they also have that nice feel about them, okay? The colors and everything of Journey Together is looking really, really unique. So, it's hard because just from my first impressions of the set, I haven't seen all the cards. I'm gonna have to wait till I see it to make a definitive decision. But from what I'm seeing so far, I do like the artistic approach they're taking, and it does seem like a very standalone set when you kind of compare it to other sets. It's very unique. It's kind of got its own place within the Scarlet and Violet era, just from what's been revealed so far. If they continue that artistic direction, then it's very likely that it's going to be its own kind of thing within the Scarlet and Violet era that also really helps it with desirability. So very unique time to be within this hobby. Though, the questions do come, should this be delayed a little bit? Should there be something that gets involved to help calm this down? I'm not sure, though. These are kind of the questions. We kind of do need innovative solutions for these problems, because it is very hard at the moment to get kind of any product. Now, with Journey Together selling out, Prismatic Evolutions canceling pre-orders, and everything coming about, I feel a lot of us are in the same boat, and I think we're all a little bit down with what's happening at the moment. However, I think this does bring up a question on how do you actually build a Pokemon collection in this current climate? Well, I actually do answer that within this video right here. This video, I cover the 5 ways to build a Pokemon collection that grows in value. Click the video that's appearing on screen and we'll talk more about it there.